Chet Holmgren is one of the best young big men in the NBA. He very versatile, right up there with guys like Wemby and, different guys like that, Jokic, the guys that can put the ball on the floor, move around a little bit, can shoot, plays elite defense. I got here for you today my Chet Holmgren build that I made early in NBA 2K25, as well as a second version if I was going to remake it today, how we would do everything. So without further ado, let's head over and check out this Chet Holmgren build in NBA 2K25. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy JD back with another NBA 2K25 build video for you. And today I got for you guys the long-awaited Chet Holmgren build. You guys have been asking for this one. I actually made this build pretty early on, so some of the clips you are going to see are going to be back from Season 1. But since I dropped the big man jump shots and all that stuff, you guys have been asking for the Chet build. So I got my Chet build for you here today, which I didn't make with cap breakers in mind. So I'm also going to show you an alternative version. So if you do have the cap breakers now, you'll be able to make that one. So all I ask before we get into the build itself is to drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. I'll leave the link to the Chet face creation and the jump shots down below. But let's get over to the builder and check out this Chet Holmgren build. Let's go. Alright, so here we are over in the builder. I'm going to show you the build that I made first. Remember, I made this build probably like the second week the game came out, so we didn't know, about some of the different stats, jump shots, all that type of good stuff. So I'll show you this version here. This was prior to cap breakers, and then I'm going to show you the second version if I was going to remake this build today, how I would do it, incorporate the cap breakers and all that stuff. So let's run through the build that I actually made. It's still a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, it's very usable. I would definitely tweak a couple of things with cap breakers if you were going to put those into this build here, but let's go ahead and get into it real quick. We're going to go center position. I went 7 foot, 244, and then a 7'1" wingspan. We're going to start over here all the way down on the physicals, again, just because they're tied into so many different things here. I went ahead and went up to a 70 on this speed, and then I didn't end up doing anything with the agility. I left it right here at 50. The strength, I took it up to an 83. As you can see, that 83 is going to get you the silver brick wall. Nice to have if you're going to be, a little pick and pop, type action, stuff like that. Plus, it's just going to give you a little bit of strength for securing boards, different things, and all that good stuff. And then I put an 80 vertical on there too. Whether or not, people say it helps with rebounding, blocks, all that good stuff. I think it does, personally. Maybe it's a placebo effect, I don't know, but I think having that extra vertical on there definitely helps. And you're going to have a little bit shorter arms on this build, the 7'1" wingspan on that 7 foot build. So, having that little extra vertical to be able to snag and do things like that definitely does not hurt. So let's go up here and we will start off with the finishing. For the finishing, I didn't do anything too crazy. This isn't made to be like a post-scoring build by any means, but you definitely want to have a little bit of capability down low. And because of what we do with some of the other attributes, it's going to take our close shot to a 75. Nothing too crazy there. Moving down to the layup, I did put an 80 driving layup. Again, like I said, this was early in the game. So I decided to put an 80 driving layup so you could attack the hoop and do some different things, other than just dunking the ball and whatnot. So we'll finish out these stats and then I'll show you the badges and everything. Speaking of driving dunk, again, like I said, I wanted to be able to attack the rim, have a little bit of fun with this build. So I went 84. We're going to go ahead and max out the driving dunk. It's going to get you access to like the LeBron James dunk package. I believe it gets you like a contact alley-oop package, some different things like that. So it just makes the build a little bit more fun. If you're going to, make a couple of moves and try to, like I said, attack the rim, you have some different options to be able to attack it, whether it be via driving dunk or driving layup. And then we didn't forget about the standing dunk. Anything over 6'10", I highly recommend putting at least an 81 standing dunk on there so that you can get rise up and then get the basic big man contact dunks. So I put an 81 standing dunk on there. And then, like I said, this isn't going to be like a post masher or anything, but I did want to have some capabilities down here. So I did put a 67 post control on there. So you can see some of the different stats as far as the finishing goes. You get post powerhouse and post up poet on bronze. Hook specialist on silver for what that's worth. I talked about having rise up on silver with the 81. Actually, you need 80 standing dunk to get the basic big man contact dunk. So when you grab like an offensive rebound and stuff, you're able to go back up and dunk on your opponent. You get the gold aerial wizards, who are going to be able to catch lobs and everything like that. With that 84 driving dunk, like I said, you do get the contact, like the big man contact alley-oop packages, and you also get, like I said, the LeBron James dunk package, a lot of very nice dunk packages. on this build. You do get bronze posterizer as well. Then the 80 driving layup, you get physical finisher on silver. I believe that helps with like your standing layups and stuff too. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like that does help you just finish through contact a little better and finish around the rim. I talked about the gold aerial wizard and then the silver float game, and then you get paint prodigy on bronze. We just talked about the other two, but again, like I said, it's not really a post mashing build, but it can do just enough down there if you get stuck in that type of a situation. This is more of a shoot from the outside, attack the rim, get that offensive board, slam it right back home type of a build that I intended to set out and make initially when the game started. Moving down to the mid-range here, I didn't do too much with the mid-range. As you're going to see in the second build, this is definitely something I think I would tweak if I was going to make the build today. I wanted this to be more of like a spot-up type of a build from the outside, and then, like I said, be able to attack the rim. So I went 75 on the mid-range, and then I went 85 on my three-point shot. Now, I went 85 so I could get that silver Deadeye. As you see, you also get silver set shot specialist. You get bronze limitless range. And then having the 85 three-point shot, you do get access to some better jump shot bases and things like that. If you guys watched my jump shot video, I'll leave a link to that down in the description if you want to go check out the big man jump shots. Some of them do require an 85 mid-range or three-point shot, so that's why I went with this early in the game. Thought, maybe it would be a good way to go. Like I said, it's still a very effective build, but I would change some things definitely, and we'll get into that here in just a minute. For the free throw, being a big man, I think you want to have some free throw on your build. You're going to get hacked a lot down low. So I did put an 80 free throw on here. Just nice, consistent, being able to shoot and whatnot. Moving down to the playmaking. Again, wanted to be able to do a little bit on this build. Move around, have some fun with it. One thing I definitely wanted to have was some nice pass accuracy on here. So I did put an 87 pass accuracy on it. As you can see over on the right-hand side, get you a gold break starter, gold dimer. You get bailout on this build, so again, if you are attacking the hoop, you're able to pass out of it, like a guard would or whatnot, but very nice to have even as a big man. The ball handle, I put a 71 ball handle on this, so being 7 foot tall, we're going to have handles for days on bronze, unhookable on bronze. You're going to get access to a lot of very nice dribble animations and everything like that. As you see, it does max out to a 73. If you want to end up throwing some cat breakers on this, when it's all said and done, to get that 73 ball handle, I believe that unlocks some additional Kevin Durant style like dribble moves and things like that. And then down here, the speed with ball, I decided to put a 55 on here. If you wanted to back it down a little bit, you definitely could. Speed with ball, though, like I said, with a 71 ball handle, you want to be able to move a little bit, so 55 speed with ball, so definitely pretty solid all around as far as the playmaking and stuff goes. Like I said, you can do a little bit of ISO. This build in the right hands definitely gonna be able to do some damage. So we didn't want to forget about that there. And then moving down to the defense here, we're gonna go 82 on the interior defense. Gonna get you silver post lockdown. You see the off-ball pass there. The perimeter defense, I went 62, so we could get bronze and movable enforcer. Also just going to help you with jump shot contests and everything like that if you're going against another stretch, or maybe you could put at the power forward position. You got to guard out on the perimeter a little bit more. 62 perimeter defense is going to be solid. And then just kind of the minimum here too, 60 on the steal to get that bronze interceptor, help play lanes, different things like that. So pretty solid out on the perimeter, like I said, on this build. Moving down to the block, again, I did this early in the year. I decided to go 93 on my block with this build. I figured it would help me out having the shorter arms. The block is more like, not necessarily protecting the paint, but it increases your chances from some of the tests and stuff they've done of getting your hand on the ball, being able to get that block animation, things like that. So again, you're going to be able to swat shots, different things like that. You can see a couple of clips and whatnot of getting some nice blocks on here. Get paint patroller on gold by having that nice interior defense along with that 93 block. You see the silver pogo stick and then the gold high flying denier or chase down artist. So again, going to be very, very athletic on the defensive side of the ball. No slouch there by any means. And then lastly, finishing up with the rebounding. Offensive rebound is just cheaper than defensive rebound. And for me, I feel like defensive rebound is maybe more about position and stuff like that. So I went ahead and put a 92 on my offensive rebound. Kind of max that out, as you can see here. Ends up getting us the gold pogo stick and then the gold rebound chaser. I think I just said silver a minute ago, but 92 on the offensive rebound side, and then 77 on the defensive side. Now I know there's some things with some animations and grabbing boards at the 79 rebounding kind of threshold. So like I mentioned, putting a couple of cap breakers on the ball handle up here to get some of the Kevin Durant animations. If you wanted to throw 2 more here to get to the 79 defensive rebound, you could definitely do that as well. That's going to leave you with a couple more left over, you know, deciding where you want to put those, what you want to do with them. You want to switch some things around to kind of utilize the cap breakers in different ways. You know, you could throw it down here on strength or something like that, or if you want to add some to the agility. But I wanted to show you guys the build that I made out the gate. So this is what we started with. I'll show you the shades up here, and then I'll show you the second version. Like I said, if I was going to remake the build today, make it, you know, just a slightly different version of it with cap breakers in mind and everything like that. You see the build name is going to be a 2-way inside-out playmaker. You know, shades of Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and DeMarcus Cousins. I think those are pretty good representations. You know, you don't get the Chet shades of in this one. You will get it in the next one. So let's head back over there real quick to the builder. I'll show you the different version of this build. I think you're going to like this one maybe a touch better. Let me know down in the comments which one you would rock with if you had the choice to do so. So let's get back to the builder and check that out real quick. Alright, so here we are back in the builder. Like I said, if I was going to make this build today, the first one I made like the second week of the game or whatnot, I'd go, you know, still say it's center position, but I'm going 7'1" on this one, 226 on the weight, and 7'3" on the wingspan. So we're going an inch taller and just slightly longer on the wingspan. And then I'm not going to waste the time going through the attributes, you know, all one by one and add those on. This is the actual build right here. You can see if I was going to make some changes, we put some close shot on this build. Now, so we have 84 on the close shot to get you Paint Prodigy on silver. You get Hook Specialist and Flow Game if you're somebody who likes to, you know, utilize those types of things. Not really my style. Driving layup, 75 driving layup. You still get physical finisher on bronze. You know, I don't think you need to go much higher than that unless you're going to be, you know, doing some crazy Euros or that's your type of play style. Then you could make some tweaks there. 75 on the driving dunk on this one. Obviously having the LeBron package and some of those are very nice to have. Had to make a couple of tweaks to be able to do some other things in different areas. Driving dunk at 75, you still get access to a lot of very nice dunk animations like the Dwight Howard dunk package, Karl Anthony Towns. You get the athletics off one, you know, you still can catch lobs, do all that type of stuff. So 75 still going to be very good for a 7-1 type of a build. Still going to keep the 81 standing dunk. You still get silver rise up and that silver aerial wizard, but I did take the post control from a 67 up to a 79. It's going to end up getting you post fade phenom on gold, and then you can see post powerhouse, post up poet both on silver, so just slightly higher than maybe the other one. This one's going to be maybe a little bit more effective all around type of a build, but just wanted to increase those areas just by a touch there. Moving down to the shooting, you can see the biggest thing we did here is we changed the mid-range from a 75 all the way up to an 89. It's going to get you set shot specialist on gold. Very nice badge to have, especially if you're more of a spot-up type shooter. You know, if we get the post-fade phenom I talked about on gold, and then Deadeye still on silver. And then I didn't forget about the three-point shot. You know, we still have the limitless range on bronze with this one, but by going 7'1", now you get it as a tier 2 badge. So if you're utilizing your max plus ones, you could use set shot specialist, put that on Hall of Fame if you wanted to, and put limitless range on silver. Make it just more of a more deadlier, you know, spot up type shooting type of a build. If you wanted to go that route, you definitely could move those around, do some different things. But you know, like I said, shooting's still going to be very good on this. You're just going to be a little bit more effective closer to the hoop and in that mid-range area for sure. Free throw, we added a little extra just because we had some extra attribute points left over. Moving down to the playmaking, still going to keep the 87 pass accuracy, all the same badges and everything there. Ball handle is going to be a 71. You do lose handles for days. Obviously, it says you got to be 7 foot or shorter, but you still get unpluckable on bronze. You still get a lot of those really good dribble animations having the 70 ball handle. And then again, I left the speed with ball at 55 just to be able to move around a little bit. So, you know, not too much of anything really changed on the playmaking side of things. So we're still going to be able to dribble a little bit, still going to be able to move and groove, do all those types of good things. Moving down to the defense, you can see we stayed 82 interior defense, 62 perimeter, 60 on the steal. Same as we did with the other builds, same badges. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go 88 on the block for this one, and this is where I'm going to utilize 5 of my cap breakers so that I can put that up to a 93, which is going to end up getting the gold paint patroller and pogo stick. along with the gold high-flying denier, just like we did on the other build. But now that we have the cap breakers that we can utilize, again, we moved some of those attribute points off of the block to be able to put them in other areas and make the build a little bit better, well-rounded, whatnot. The one thing we did sacrifice just slightly on the offensive rebound, we did go from a 93 down to an 85. As you can see, that gets you silver rebound chaser. If you wanted to put that up to gold using a max +1, you could still keep the gold rebound chaser. I feel 85 on this type of a build anyway. Again, it's not like a Shaq build or a Wilt build or anything too crazy like that. 85 is going to be enough to get you some boards and whatnot. You still get the gold box out beast, and like I mentioned, and then I put that 79 defensive rebound that I talked about in the last build just for that animation threshold. They talk about being able to get some different animations at the 79 threshold, so you're not going to lose out on those on the defensive side of things. And then as far as the physicals go, very similar again. 70 speed, 58 agility, so just slightly better agility on this build. Still 83 on the strength, so you get a lot of those same badges that we talked about. With the silver brick wall, the physical finisher, post lockdown on silver, post powerhouse, immovable enforcer, all that good stuff. And then still an 80 vertical again, same like I talked about. I think it just helps with rebounding blocks, all of that good stuff. So here's the build if I was going to make it today. Like I said, I would use the +5 cap breakers right here on the block to get that up to your 93. I think the build's going to play just slightly better than the other one. Maybe not quite as athletic as far as dunking the ball. You don't have that 84. But I think it could be a little better in the mid-range and whatnot. So let me know down below what you think of the two builds. I'll show you guys the shades of on this one. As you can see, we get Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic. But instead of Boogie Cousins, we do get the Chet Holmgren shades of on this build. So that's all I got for the video. I hope one of these two builds helps you out. If it does, again, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Like I said, I'll leave the link to the Chet face and the jump shots down below. I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.